What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, today you are in for a treat. I have a special guest, a well-known crypto miner in the scene. Please welcome DJ Mines.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey. So guys, today's topic is going to be a lot of fun. It is life after Ethereum. And so this is completely opinion-based. This is completely conversation-based, so feel free to throw on your headphones, work out at the gym, listen on your way on a commute. We're not really going to show a lot of visuals in this video, so please make sure you guys do enjoy. All right, DJ Mines, you ready to dive in?
I'm ready, man. Bring it to me.
Bring it to me. So guys, if you guys have been living under a rock, Ethereum has been in the back of every GPU miner's mind. And that being said, something that's been out there is the progression of proof of stake. And when proof of stake happens, as an Ethereum miner, you can't mine it anymore, which means our profitability and our way of life is going to change dramatically. So I invited DJ Mines on today to just talk about what does life look like in our opinions after Ethereum. So DJ Mines, let's kind of scoot over to you to kind of set the landscape and pace here. What does your mining look like right now? If you were to go ahead and do a quick survey, what are you mining the most, the least? Kind of what does that look like for the audience right now?
Okay, so right now I'm all Ethereum. I want to do a little bit of Flux. I can't really do Flux because it's just too hot in this house. Like I'm already sweating my butt off, and just due to temperatures, it's not something I can really mess around with as much as I would like to. But recently, I have switched to getting payouts in Bitcoin. I'm getting purely paid out in Bitcoin right now. I feel like I have a big enough amount of Ethereum where I feel comfortable holding that. And I don't really need any more Ethereum, especially with the merge coming up. It's a little concerning for me. So yeah, purely Bitcoin right now with 2 miners.
Got it. So, and I have to ask, you're not at 32 Ethereum that you can stake that, are you?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. I mean, let's be honest here. But I thought I would at least put it out there for the group. So awesome. So you're mining Ethereum, but you're getting paid out in Bitcoin then?
Right, because I believe in Bitcoin a lot more long term.
Yep, better longevity. It's a little bit more of that stable coin. You know, it's not going to swap to proof of stake all of a sudden, and then you're in trouble, which makes complete sense. So on my side of the world, I'm mining a little bit of everything, right? I should say everything because I think last I heard there was like 16,000 cryptocurrencies or something stupid out there. Half of them are dead, but for me, I'm mining Ergo, Ethereum Classic, Flux, Ethereum. Am I missing any? I feel like I'm missing
Raven coin?
No. Ethereum to Bitcoin. So I'm doing the same practice that you're doing there. But yeah, no Raven coin, which is, I think, a great subject in that matter. Just the fact of, you know, I did a poll on Twitter and also on YouTube. And the poll went something like this. I'll slide it up first for some of the audience that's watching visually. It said, based off the latest Ethereum Developer Call, June 22nd, or June 2022 is looking like a reality. Day one, what crypto are you going to pivot to until the dust settles and a new, most profitable proof of work coin emerges? And Raven coin wasn't on that list. And it kind of was a little intentional at first. I put it on Twitter and I put it on YouTube. So before we get into the results, love to chat with you. Day one, Ethereum, proof of stake hits, bam. What is DJ Mines doing day one, minute one of hour one?
Oh man, that's a good question. Okay, I'm probably going to go to NiceHash or something equivalent. Even if it's not NiceHash, it doesn't necessarily have to. Something that acts like NiceHash, because we're all going to be freaking out. I really think everybody's going to be running around like, we don't know what to do. I'm just going to let it figure it out for me until there's like a clearer path. And then once that clear path, assuming there is a clear path, like Ergo or Flux or whatever, okay, then I'll migrate over there. But yeah, I'm just going to let it kind of do its thing. And hopefully that works out for me.
Yeah, I've actually seen that in a lot of comments on the surveys that I've done on Twitter and on YouTube. I've actually a decent amount. I mean, it's over 5,000 votes between the two platforms of what people have voted for. And a lot of people in the comments, because I asked for your feedback, like if your option is available, leave a comment. And what I'm seeing is there's a lot of people that are in your boat. They're looking for some type of auto algorithm switching platform that will do the trick for them, that will swap for them. And then at the end of the day for you, you're going to continue on that same route. You're going to mine whatever, but you're going to get paid out in Bitcoin. So for you, it's kind of going to be business as usual. I think the biggest thing is just going to be profitability. Does that sound pretty
Yeah,
accurate?
definitely, man. The profitability is the thing I'm worried the most about. And for me, Bitcoin, I don't think it'll be as affected. I mean, it
Mhm.
shouldn't be, right? Because it's going to stay proof of work. It's going to stay the course. I'm sure some people will flock over to Bitcoin more, but really, I mean, it's going one way and it's probably just going to continue that way, in my opinion. So that's, for me, a sure thing and a sure bet.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think, man, hour one, minute one's going to be really interesting. I think the nice hash route is like the safe route to go, or another auto switching platform. Based off of some of the results that I'm seeing, I'm definitely leaning towards Flux myself personally. I've started to move over. I think I'm at about 25% of my farm right now is on Flux, which has worked out nicely. I mean, I built a Flux rig months ago, and it has just been going to town. And everything I'm seeing, everything with Web 3.0 and with the parallel assets that are out there, and with all the application and Dockers that you can lock into this, and then they're launching nodes here soon within the next few weeks. It's like, holy cow! Like, Flux just has so much going for it, and maybe Flux hit its peak at like high $2, but man, even now it's still profitable, like, which is really great, and it kind of makes you feel a little better when you're looking forward. So for those of you guys not familiar, Flux was about, for the YouTube survey, was about 42%. Firo, sorry, Red Fox Crypto, I know he's a huge fan, was about 3%. Ethereum Classic, which I want to circle back to this one, was 27%. Ergo was 11%. And then on the YouTube survey, Ravencoin was 17%. If I swap over to Twitter, Flux was 65%, Fear was 3.8, Ethereum Classic was only 7.8, but Ergo on Twitter was 22.8. So based off of some of those stats, we had talked about Ravencoin. Are you touching Ravencoin at all? Like where's your head at right now?
No, not. I'm so sorry, guys and girls. No, not at all. I don't want anything to do with it. I like it. I support it. By the way, I wish you all the
Yeah.
best, but personally, no, not at all. There's so many better options like Flux. I love Flux. I really
Yeah.
do. Like I said, if I had, my shed up and
Mm-hmm.
is before the merge, I would absolutely love to mix up that Flux. But just personally, anything 𝐓𝐿 or just the warmer core algorithms, I just can't do at this time. But yeah, Flux, man,
So
awesome.
what happens when NiceHash starts doing some of these hotter algorithms for you?
Well, hopefully the shed's up by then.
Okay.
Hopefully. So I should be okay, at
Yeah.
that point. Like I'll have one rig at max in this room, and so I
True.
won't even bother me at that point.
Yeah, that'll be awesome to be able to kind of move all of that to a dedicated structure, which is great. For me, I mean, I stopped Ravencoin when Ravencoin went ahead and the halvening occurred and nothing really happened. And I was like, okay, it is just not worth it with the power consumption. Now, Ravencoin comes out and pivots to a different, more efficient algorithm that isn't as heat intensive, isn't as power intensive. I'd be all about it day one. I like the
Yeah.
project. I think it does well, but for the amount of electricity it's using, the heat it's pumping out for a home miner, that makes it really, really rough. So Ethereum Classic, give me your thoughts on Ethereum Classic day one. You loving it? You hating it? You concerned about it? Kind of where are you at with Ethereum Classic?
I think a clear Ethereum Classic, a lot of people are going to flock to
Mhm.
because there's so many ASICs, assuming that some of them can change the algorithm over,
Yep. Yep.
which I've heard that a lot of them can. And
Yep.
what's the other one? FPGA?
Yep.
I've
Yep.
heard a lot of those will be able to swap as well. So
Mhm.
I would not be surprised if a lot of people swapped over. Now, of course, how's the profitability going to be?
Mhm.
Just like anything else. But I do
Yep.
think a lot of people will go to Ethereum Classic. And so now would
Yep.
kind of be your last chance, as crazy as that sounds, maybe to get in and get a decent amount of Ethereum Classic. Because at that point, I think it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, I swapped over my 12 GPU RX 470 rig, which was on Ravencoin. As soon as the halvening failed, I should say failed. The halvening occurred and did what it was supposed to. From a GPU miner, it wasn't very profitable. I
Right.
swapped it to Ethereum Classic because I'm like, okay, my mind is set to the fact of like all of these ASICs that are out there, or miners that are out there in these big farms. It's going to be very easy for them to swap to the Ethereum Classic algorithm on a mass scale. Their overclocks can stay the same. their heat distribution and management within a mining farm can stay the same. And it's just going to be a quick pivot. Now, your profitability is absolutely going to be different between Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. Where I correct a lot of people is I have heard nothing about the fact of like Ethereum goes proof of stake, Ethereum Classic is not affected. Like people just put them together because the word Ethereum's in there and they operate on different algorithms. So totally can agree with you there. I think that's going to be the easiest pivot for most miners like you and I or anyone else. I think the challenge is exactly what you had said. It might be saturated in ASICs to the point where like that profitability is going to plummet because you're going to have your hash rate, it's going to go through the roof that is operating on there. Part of me would love to see Ergo make kind of a comeback a little bit. Ergo was kind of your home miner's like best friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
I like Ergo.
Yeah, Ergo definitely has fallen quite a bit from where it was. It was up there almost towards 20. And granted, people in the comments are gonna like be like, it was exactly at this, but Ergo definitely as a home miner, I'm still running an Ergo rig. I got 7 RX 570s right now, still on Ergo, just hashing away, building that Ergo wallet, because who knows where it's gonna go. I mean, we could pivot in any direction at this point.
The hobbyist miner, altcoin master.
You know, I tell people, if you're a Marvel fan, Age of Ultron, you know, this is going to be the age of altcoins. Like, when proof of stake happens, altcoins are going to rule for a short period of time until the next king is crowned. I mean, Bitcoin is always going to be the king, I feel like, at this point. But who are we as a miner gonna pivot to? And I think it's going to be a lot of these safe bets. But man, think about it. Think about the first 24 hours of life after Ethereum. Like, the first 24 hours, there's no instruction manual here.
Yeah.
Like, it turns off, and then you're like, all right, so what do I do now?
It's scary because I don't know. I mean, so many people have hundreds of thousands of dollars invested. You know, even if you have $10,000 in, it's scary. It's not. I mean, it's exciting in a way, but at the same time, you're playing with people's money. You know, so definitely, personally, I think about it all the time, and that's why I've really slowed down on purchasing the graphics cards. I know they've come down 30-35%, but I'm like, I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna keep waiting, and then eventually, hopefully, they're just so dirt cheap that I'm like, okay, at that point, it doesn't really matter. But it's very scary. You know, I do think of it now. I mean, now that we're at over 4 gigahash, like I really do kind of have to think of it as a business. You know, away from like a single rig. This is the future.
Well, it's really funny you bring that up. Some great topics there. So I saw that NVIDIA was looking to drop its production cost of its cards by 12%. So I saw that come out. I was like, all right, I can get behind that, as well as our prices right now as they're dropping. And then some scary things too right now. I saw Hut 8, one of the largest North American farms, reported a loss for Q4. So it's holy cow. So it's like, imagine if you're a large farm. We're not talking about like home miners here. Imagine your livelihood is Ethereum right now. Like, whew, maybe that's why we've seen BBT kind of pivot a lot. Like, he's kind of pivoted more towards your ASIC, towards your BTC mining recently. But yeah, it's definitely going to be unique. So coming from your perspective, I think you can add a lot of insight. Guesstimating here, we have no facts behind it. Talking about markets, like the price of some of these coins. Hypothetically thinking now, do you think things are going to pop as soon as Ethereum's gone? Or do you think everything's going to drop? Kind of where's your mind at just from a strategic perspective?
Yeah, so from the market angle, I would definitely say proof of work is not, I don't see those popping up just because it's kind of got like a dirty name to it. When you're talking about markets, not the crypto world, but when we're talking about the big markets, you know, we're using a lot of electricity. Whether there's other structures or other, not departments, what's the word here?
It's all right, running with it.
Other junctions using more electricity, nobody's going to pay attention to that. Nobody cares about those data centers. They're going to say these coins are bad for the environment, so they're like, let's stay away from that, right? And so I think the proof of stake, it's much more marketable. It sounds better. It sounds like, oh, I'm supporting crypto, but I'm not helping out those dirty innovation. Right? It's so crazy what we're doing over here at Cardano, or you know, Solana's. Oh my God, look at this, so great. So yeah, I don't think big money really wants to invest in those kind of proof of work things, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious, just like you are there. It is going to be the Wild West. It is going to be a little scary in the first few hours of things. I'm excited for it. Like, I'm that newbie miner, been in it about a year, and I'm like, there's an oh shit moment happening within,
Right.
my infancy of GPU mining. And so for me, I'm kind of excited about it. Like, it's, I think there's going to be a lot of buying and selling. Like, oh my God, if Flux is going crazy, so, like, people are going to sell. Your longtime people might hold on to it, or your ergo might skyrocket because everyone's like, I need an energy efficient algorithm to pivot to. Or, all these people are, I've seen a lot of people talk about Ravencoin, but it's like, man, the more I go look at Ravencoin, the more my profit margin is lower.
Definitely.
And
Absolutely.
you have to battle heat. It's like, I know mining farms are not going to touch Ravencoin. Like,
Yeah.
your heat is here. You're a mining farm, bam, it's through the roof there. Which should be pretty nutty, definitely, to say the least. So last thing we'll talk about today, chatting a little bit about this, is where do you think GPUs are going to go from here? I mean, where are you going from here? Where are your eyes on GPUs, or have you kind of pulled things back a little bit, less buying? Where are you at as a GPU miner?
GPU miner for me, I am halted.
Okay.
I'm not selling at all. I have no interest in selling anything that I own. I have a little over 100 graphics cards right now mining, and then I have like 15, 20 not mining, which isn't good. But yeah, I'm really just kind of holding the lines, not looking to expand too much on that side, more of
Okay.
the ASIC side. But
Mhm.
one thing to consider, right, is your electricity rate. So
Yeah.
I'm already seeing, and I'm sure you are as well, people 40 cents, they're pretty much out the ball
Yeah.
game right now, paying
Correct.
40
Yep.
cents. The 30 cents, I mean, even a lot of them, even people 27 cents, they're starting to tell me they're not profitable,
Mhm.
right? And so the higher your electric rate, the quicker you get kicked out. And I think BBT said that, and a lot of the OGs will tell you that, the closer, the higher your electric rate is, the longer you can't do this. It comes to the point where you're like, okay, I'm crypto mining and I'm paying to do this. I'm not even
Yeah.
making money in return. And that's not a good investment, by any means, to pay and hope that you get money back. That's not really good.
Yeah, so I know as we're approaching spring and summer, there's a lot of places in the US at least, and this I don't know overseas, please comment down below, let me know, where as you approach the warmer seasons, your electric rate changes. Like, they have electric rates during the cold season and then electric rates during the hot season. So not only is that going up on your electricity cost, so that means your profit margin is shrinking. And then on top of that, with Ethereum dropping and its total, your profitability as a GPU miner dropping and more, now your profit margins are so slim. So now
Right.
it's like anything that affects it, you're out. So now remove Ethereum's profitability entirely. Now you're mining at a negative, as you had talked about. So yeah, I think if you're holding out on GPU purchases, wait until proof of stake. Now, there's no concrete date and time for it as of right now. That is my understanding. I know eventually, like,
Yeah.
they'll announce like a block and everything like that'll occur. But June is kind of where we're at. I know there's been a lot of speculation that'll get bumped again. Trust me, as a GPU miner, it getting bumped again, I'm behind it all the way. Like,
Let's do it.
I know, like, hell yeah, let's keep going, keep bumping that, because for me, like, and I think you too, we're both so new to GPU mining. Ethereum's new to us within the last year or so, versus some of these original OGs. They're like, I've been mining Ethereum for years now, whatever. So I love to see it keep going. I love to see it keep getting delayed, because at the end of the day, it's more profitability for us. The longer that we can mine
Yeah.
Ethereum, which will be awesome. So cool, guys. We're gonna go ahead and round things out there for this video, talking about life after Ethereum. Totally speculative. We have no hard facts behind this at all. So please leave comments down below. Let us know your thoughts on day one, hour one, and minute one, what you're gonna do. Other than that, guys, please go over to GJ Mine's YouTube channel. He is a phenomenal crypto mining YouTuber. Check him out. I'll put a link down below. You can check that out. Other than that, for myself and DJ Mines, we'll see you guys next time. Take care.
See you later.